audience that doesn't give a shit about false starts. Well, guess what? You've come to a magical place where anything can happen and always will. Welcome to the stage for the second time, Dan Harmon!
Yes, it's a little double sign from
we did it
from Goldberg, a little satanic Goldberg in the. Tonight's about being comfortable with chaos. I was sitting in the back room and I was thinking like I don't have anything. I'm kind of wrung out like a dish rag from the Oscars. This will be broadcasting a little bit after it's relevant. We don't have to talk about Seth MacFarlane all night, but because then it'll air like later, and people will be like, "Oh, fresh." It won't be.
Well, then real quick, because I watched 45 minutes of it, and that was quite enough for me. What is your takeaway from the Oscars?
I didn't look up. I didn't see what the zeitgeist or the Gestalt or the
Hormonheit.
The Hormonhammer. Was about the whole thing, but I assume, I'm going to go ahead and guess if I was a betting man, that it would be mixed bag, which I think is what Ryan Ridley said this morning when he came into Rick and Morty. Mixed bag, yeah, it seemed like, I mean, in the world of Oscars, you really have to close your eyes and ask yourself, like, what's the ultimate Oscars, aside from the one Hugh Jackman hosted that I wrote.
You wrote the whole Oscars?
Well, I wrote the opening thing.
Yeah.
You know what Schraub just told me a couple of days ago? Said, I never told you this because it was going down during the whole Chevy debacle, and I figured I didn't want to put another nickel in you or give you any reason to get in any embarrassing public shenanigans. But there was this article after the Billy Crystal Oscars where some snarky blog like printed an article that said, here's the 10 things you have to do to save the Oscars. Number 1. Get rid of Bruce Vilanch and bring the guys back that wrote that Hugh Jackman opening. Blah 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 blah. Not a hero, the person doing this. I mean, what's he? Who cares what his opinion is? But and what are good Oscars? Who cares? But in the comment section under it, Schraub tells me Bruce Vilanch signs in. And says, according to Schraub, so now this is kind of urban legend because I'm quoting Schraub, who's giving me hearsay from this comment section, but something akin to, I'm very sorry that you feel I'm past my prime. I did my best. You know, those guys, we all worked on that opening together, and they're the only ones that won the Emmy because they were the ones that were credited for it. But lie, like lie, 180 degrees from the truth, lie.
Now, do people know who Bruce Vilanch is in the audience?
Yeah, I think he's kind of famous in the.
Are you clapping because you know who he is, or clapping because you're fans of Bruce Vilanch?
No, I think he's notorious.
Clap if you're a big Bruce Vilanch fan.
I mean, he's on Hollywood Squares, or was at one point. He was drawn in The Simpsons. I mean, he's an iconic non-icon. You know, he's like for 15, 20 years, God knows what he's been writing on the Oscars. But I just thought that was a weird thing because it's like in the world of writing and TV and stuff, there's always room for all kinds of revisionist kind of like, well, you know, Chris McKenna came up with that joke, but really it was my idea kind of thing. It's like you forget. You work in collaborative environments. It's like it's very easy to forget. There's a lot of like especially if you're actually really good and collaborative, you totally forget what you wrote and what someone else wrote. But that is not. We walked into the first day of working with that guy with a finished thing because it was songs and stuff, and there were sets built that Rob made out of cardboard. So for him to say that in a comment section, I was like I thought.
Dan, if you could say one word
to Bruce Vilanch
right now,
liar. Yes. Like weird liar. If I get 2, I get 2. Weird liar. 3, like weird liar. Weird lying, weird liar. I would build out from there until it was a buckyball of just calling him a fucking liar, like just weird, like with question marks all over it, going like why? What? I want to know, like what? Like if you're a sociopath, then dress differently. Like if you're just an automaton that's only like this Machiavellian, the ends justifies the means, then where did you arrive at Bruce Vilanch as a persona? Like, well, how is that effective? I just like, honestly, man, that dude,
was he cool to work with? Was he a good guy backstage?
No. Like, and I'm not, hey, look, I'm notoriously, apparently not cool to work with. I have all kinds of stuff to argue with about that, but I mean, I think that the people that say that I'm hard to work with are themselves hard to work with. I think that they're just bummed out and they grab for the edge of the pool that's there, which is like, oh, there's a bunch of people over here that also were made to feel stupid and untalented. You know what? He's crazy. Oh, it's crazy? He's crazy. Hey, everybody, he's crazy. There's a bunch of really awesome people in the middle of that pool hanging out and crushing brews and broing down.
Is that how they talk in the middle of the pool?
Yeah, that's where you have the inflatable bunker, with the squirt gun mounted in it. It's like, we're having fun out there playing chicken and
crushing brews.
Yeah. Anyways, just weird. I don't know. Bruce Vilanch, somehow, if you receive this message somehow,
and he will apparently because he reads comment sections on.
Yeah. I mean, I put the word image conscious in giant quotes.
Everybody hashtag Bruce Vilanch. Like, let's try to.
I'm inviting you down, Bruce, to explain yourself.
Defend yourself, sir.
Granted, I will say this in his defense right now, preemptively, that I did not read the source material that Rob was referring to, but I mean. And I don't really want to go digging back for conflict, but
let's do it.
Bruce, come down. Bruce, come down and let's talk about your lying liarness.
Speaking of which, did we ever get there was a chance that Chevy was going to show up on the tour at some point? He never did.
Yeah, I guess there's always a chance Chevy will show up. But that was the same as on Community. That was the whole point. It was always a flip of a coin whether he emerged from the trailer or what his hair would look like or what would be on his face. And sometimes he'd be happy and sometimes he'd be sad and sometimes he'd be angry.
Can we call him right now?
Every time we do that stuff, and it's like Vulture, HuffPo, TMZ, like they extract without context, and it's like, I don't know. I sound world weary. I have no reason to be world weary. The world gave me a blowjob.
Was there any fallout? I mean, not fallout, or any reaction to when Jason Sudeikis called him as Joe Biden?
He called back. He said he left a message saying, "What was that? Was that Danny Pudi? What was that?" and then I explained to him. I said, "No, that was Jason Sudeikis from SNL and SNL Saturday Night Live." No, I'm kidding. But I wouldn't be surprised. That would be to his credit. I mean, SNL, they adopted that at some time during my life. Like he would remember it.
KFC.
Yeah. But he pitched me a TV show idea. But we talked about this. I'm world weary, man. I'm wrung out like a rat.
Why are you so weary?
Well, it's Sunday. It's after the Oscars as we record this. I'm just like,
You just hung over?
Yeah. We tied one on that night. We played catchphrase till 5 a.m.
How'd that go?
I think I won. I don't know. Aaron just kept saying oh, we're playing to 20, we're playing to 30, we're playing to 40. She just likes to play, and she just likes to play until I get mad. She's playing a larger game. Catch fight. She's catching fights in a little jar. No, it's a fun game, but it's 5 a.m. and it's like that game in Indiana Jones that the what's her name is playing with the shot glasses. It's like catchphrase. Yeah, catchphrases like that. Because it's like 4 people around a table, and there's always the first person that's that just their brain stops being able to participate in catchphrase. They can't figure out what the things are. They just go, oh, okay, umpire. The word is umpire. The other person says you lose. It's dumb. Catchphrase stories tonight at 11. You won't believe it. Dan tells all.
Bruce Vilanch was right.